we're knocking $1,000 bill right there down to probably less than $30.
Yeah. Do you think your mother, i.e. my mother-in-law, you think you could sneak a corkscrew away from her?
You're ruining the manliness of this automotive episode.
Okay,
we're fixing things. Come on, baby, come on, come on, come on. Yes! What's up, people? So where am I? St. Louis
I don't know.
area?
Yeah.
Missouri?
Yes.
Who are you?
John.
He's my brother-in-law. So check this out. We got a giant receipt. It looks like one of those comic book Christmases. Or what is this? This isn't a receipt. This is an estimate.
Yes.
An estimate to screw you over on car repairs.
Yeah.
Okay, so long story short, John's got a cool Buick here. What year is this? 01?
2.
02. And it's a transverse mounted V6 automatic. It's got like 90,000 miles.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's up with it?
I am smelling a lot of fuel whenever I'm running it.
Yeah.
The windshield wiper is just completely busted.
One of those is busted.
And power steering.
And they want to charge you $3,000 for this. $3,000! I just bought a Porsche that runs for $3,000 and is nice. I think they're trying to rip him off.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Probably.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Should we go check it out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. So we just looked at this. And, okay, so there's a number of things on here. I'm not gonna say who, but it's a big chain that wants to get a lot of money out of them. So a number of things. So engine and drivetrain, they're talking lower intake manifold set, upper intake manifold set, repair leaking fuel line, which is here, and replace lower and upper intake manifold gasket. The gasket thing here, they want $495 for. That looks to be the labor. That's $500. And then for the gasket sets, presumably here, gosh, that's another $500.
Yeah.
And then $118 for a leaking fuel line. So let's start there. I'm looking at this. Now this thing's got 90,000 miles on it, and it smells a little bit like fuel, but otherwise a pretty good car, right?
Yeah.
It's not like burning oil, it's not smoking, it's not doing anything crazy, right? Okay, so check this out, you guys. So we got our intake manifold here. It's out of a type of plastic or composite. You got one valve cover here, one valve cover there. Here's your coil packs and whatnot. So this is the fuel line right here, the flexible fuel line that comes from the fuel pump and all, that comes into the fuel injection rail. Here's the fuel injection rail. This is the crossover to this side, and you have your electronic fuel injectors here. And there. Now this, if it's on and I just bump this, it will start leaking fuel, and that will pool down here in kind of a little valley area. Not the valley of the engine, just in this little nook, and he'll start smelling fuel. It'll be warm, it'll stink, everybody will be worried. Now this fuel line, there's nothing wrong with the fuel line, there's nothing wrong with the rail. The problem with this fuel line is it's a quick connect sort of affair. I'm gonna be really careful. God, I hope I don't break this, because then I gotta fix it, it's gonna be way worse. Okay, slide off nicely, baby. Here we go. I literally slid it off that nicely. Now it's made to do that because it's a quick disconnect. If you look in a little closer, there's this plastic that has a clip. So I just gently squeezed that together with my hands and it came out, but you have to be very careful not to break this. Now this is a common piece. Generally speaking, will be available at auto parts stores, and in it are 2 special O-rings, which we are going to replace, and that's why it's leaking. We're talking 2 O-rings, okay? You know, the thing that made the turbine IndyCar lose Indianapolis in the 60s, you know, like a 10-cent piece. So anyway, we're gonna have to go find that. Now we may actually have to buy the top of the fitting just to get the stupid O-ring out and replace it, but it's gonna be okay. I've done this before. So that is gonna take care of the entirety of the fuel. Now, John, was all this stuff here just because of the fuel, or were they talking about the little bit of oil seepage?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so we're knocking $1,000 bill right there down to probably less than $30, even if we have to buy that whole thing. Okay. Now the other thing is, this is gonna be hard to see, but you can see just like the moisture of oil. We're not even talking like pool. There's just a little drops here and there, but that's probably from these valve covers. Over time, they get a little loose. So here, you've got your nuts that hold them on. You can see some small block Chevys and such. So we'll take a socket set. Now this is very careful. You just have to be so delicate. We're talking fingertip. Just snug it and see if they're loose. Oftentimes, as they get older, as the gaskets seep a little, they get loose. You just snug it slightly and it'll be fine. If you tighten the bejesus out of it, you might screw up the gaskets and make it worse. But so, and even if you didn't do anything with the oil and just let it have just the tiniest bit of seepage, I mean, it's a 20-year-old car with 90,000 miles. It's not a problem. It's really not a problem for anything. The environment, for you, for the engine, nothing. But we'll fix the fuel line. So we just knocked $1,000 off that, no problem. Now the windshield wiper, if you notice, this wiper is stripped out right here. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. That can happen, so we're gonna look into that and see if we can find a clever way to fix it where we don't have to take apart your whole doggone car. Yeah. Because that's frustrating. That might be a pain in the butt though. And then steering, they want to replace your power steering pump, don't they? Here's $200, and I'm gonna, $200 for a power steering pump, remove and replace power steering pump, another 200 bucks, the better part of $400 here, flush it, so now you're well over $400. Then, now here's what I love, wins power steering fluid and conditioner clear for this. So they're nicking you for another freaking over 500 bucks. It's slightly low on power steering fluid. Does it make any funny noises when you turn the wheel?
No.
None? Okay, no. So the pump is fine. And there's no puddles or dripping on your garage or in your driveway, right?
I don't believe so.
No? Okay, so it's fine. So there's a little bit of seepage, but it's an older car, right? Yeah. It's not bad, it's not bad. So we're just gonna get some power steering fluid that has a little bit of a conditioner in it. That's supposed to keep the seals softer and nicer and working and lasting longer. You know, there's a lot of snake oil products out there, but that I actually think is a good thing. And the reason I say there are things like that that can help is because if you've got, let's say, this car, let's pretend that it forever used natural oil, like non-synthetic. The seals would potentially get used to that and they would be swelled. And then if all of a sudden you decided to change it to synthetic, it wouldn't work on the seals the same way and they might shrink and it might start leaking. So if you use a type of fluid that works with the nature of the seals, it can keep them softer for longer. So sometimes that can be good. So hopefully, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go fix this fuel line with an O-ring, no big deal, with a tiny little screwdriver, carefully, careful not to break it. We're gonna go take the box through real quick and go get that and come back. And we're gonna get some fluid and we're gonna fill up the power steering fluid, make that at the right spot, and fingers crossed it should be good. And then we'll see if we can come up with a clever fix for the windshield wiper. But I say we're knocking $2 grand off this bill right away.
Yeah.
But okay, so let me ask you this. How did you feel when you got this bill?
I was like, there's no way I'm doing this.
Well, and I mean this like in the most delicate of way. How much is this car worth, do you think, if you sold it like retail or private market?
Less than $1,000.
No, it's gotta be worth more than that.
No, no.
No.
It's 17 years old.
So?
17 years old, 100,000 miles.
Yeah, but the interior's nice.
Oh, the interior's nice.
There's no rust. The body's good. It's gotta be worth more than that.
No.
Okay, so you probably were feeling pretty crappy after seeing a bill like this.
Well, the way he described it is all of that stuff, you know, most of that stuff was extra. The 118 was just for the fuel line, and that's what I was probably going to go with, but it's still, you know.
Well, we can still knock that $100 and some in the labor down to just a little bit by doing it. So I'll tell you what, let's go to the auto parts store and see what we can find, and see if we can get into trouble or just make your life better.
Okay.
Okay. Scene 2. All right, we're back. What did we get? Okay, we've got stuff.
Flashlight.
You ready? So check this out. So the little O-ring is bad, right, inside of it, but you can't just buy those O-rings. So we had to buy a new fuel fitting. Now, we don't want to have to put the new fuel fitting on because one, this isn't 90 degree like what's on here, this is straight, but it's got nice little O-rings in there, and it was $7. And also we got a new clip in case it breaks. So that's gonna go. Now, we had to dig around to find a teeny tiny flathead screwdriver and it was sharp. So I had to gently file it to make it smooth and I have to be really careful. And I'm gonna get all filthy dirty and this is gonna be difficult. I'm gonna strip on camera. John's looking at me like, you really are a freak. Okay. You have the mic on, do you? Okay, you do, you're smiling. Why are you smiling at me?
I just did a pan.
Oh, you panned to me throwing my clothes on the ground.
No, just to them laying on the ground.
I'm gonna get my hat dirty from the hood too. Oh, now this is the internet ripping me for being balding. Oh, you're balding. Get a life. Okay, here we go. Can you shine the light in there, please? Okay. Let me look at this carefully. All right, there we go.
Your hand is in front of the light.
Well, I know that. That's why it would be helpful if you put the light where my hand is not.
Well, it's kind of hard for me to see the light.
But you can see where my hand is.
Yeah, but I can't see where the light is going.
Well, you can imagine.
Okay.
Do you think your mother, i.e. my mother-in-law, you think you could sneak a corkscrew away from her? Or would she notice?
No.
She'd notice?
She probably hides them so that she can open her wine.
I gave her an electric one for her birthday. There's probably one laying around the house somewhere.
Okay.
Every day.
Dang it, John. Look at this.
I can't see
Crazy
anything.
Buick action. Come on, baby. We're doing this on the interweb.
Here we go. So shine a light on this so you can see it.
Yeah, Yeah,
Here's one of the O-rings. Look how brittle this is. Like if I just go like this, you see how there's cracks in it?
Yeah.
That is not gonna help seal front. Look, it just pulls right apart. That's old and brittle, right? This little O-ring. So there's your leakage right there. Now there's a secondary O-ring even further in there. You wanna shine in there? Oh, should we get crazy? Double or nothing?
No, because then I don't have a car.
Yeah, well, I know.
Oh, okay.
That's a you problem, dude.
Yeah.
That is a you problem. Okay, light again in the hole. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay, here we go. If it makes you feel any better, I had the same problem with my Viper, and it smelled like fuel forever before I figured out what the hell was going on. Okay, now the other reason I'm being mindful with this is I don't want to get any little bits of this. Go ahead and shine the light up so they can see. I don't want to get little bits of this degrading in the fuel line right there because there's no more filter and it'll just wash itself to the fuel injector. So you can see how that's cracking and just literally just coming apart. Okay, so now, buddy, let's go here and look at these new ones we got.
Hope that's the right size.
You can just get this at about any auto parts store. We bought both because I couldn't remember what size it was. Shoot me. Okay, so is it 3/8 or is it the other side? Let me look here. So I'm just gonna do a visual compare on the inner dimension, see if that's the same. Yeah, it looks like about a 3/8. I think it's 3/8. Now, I have to very carefully take these out. Now this is gonna be where it's gonna be trickier because these are the new O-rings and I do not want to hurt them. This might be smarter actually went in the house and did it. So we have better lighting?
Yeah.
And I'm not like rushing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking about.
Well, the cameraman has sangria. Not fair.
I identify the camera woman, thank you.
I was just about to say.
I thought it's an equal opportunity. This is just general thing like mankind. Does that make you triggered also?
We could call them they kind.
That is not right.
You're ruining the manliness of this
Okay.
automotive episode.
Okay,
We're fixing things.
You have Mother Nature. There's no
Yeah.
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature is a sweet lady. Except for all those volcanoes and hurricanes and tidal waves and earthquakes and stuff.
That would be the wrath.
That's Mother.
That's the mother-in-law nature.
All right, what up, people? We're Casey's trying to fix things cheaply because he is a cheap person. Fortunately, we have another one of these if I screw this one up.
Yeah. Does that have two in there or is it just one?
I mean, like a second fitting.
Oh.
God, this is not easy, and I don't want to tear this. Yes! The trouble is with these O-rings, you guys, you have to be really mindful. Just the slightest slice in them will make it leak. Okay, so here is the new one, and I'm going to gently roll it and inspect it to make sure I didn't accidentally cut it. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not trying to make my brother-in-law burst into flames. Yeah. Okay, so there's a good one. Okay, good one number 2. Okay, here we go.
I never thought about taking that down to the bandsaw, cutting it, and then prying it open.
That's a good idea. However, if you nick the O-rings, you're boned.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attempt this method first.
You'd also probably want a special blade. You'd want a plastic blade on a bandsaw. You probably wouldn't want to do that on a wood blade.
Don't distract me. I'm working here. No, really, I'm just trying to concentrate. I'm sorry, dude. I don't want to jack up your car. Here, you talk to the camera for a while.
No.
You don't want to?
No, I'm good.
Wait, okay. Jeez, man, this is like watching me. You know what's funny?
But we could all try to distract you, and that would be entertaining.
That's my mother-in-law.
Just until he f***s up and destroys my car.
I gotta bleep this, dude. It's gonna require editing.
Yeah. So, okay,
No.
I almost swore.
Easy.
No, I said I was about to say first. Like,
This isn't making it
At
any
the-
easier. I'm
at the
trying to do
very
work here,
beginning-
people.
at the very beginning, I almost...
You got a corkscrew around this joint? That's okay. Hold on. I got this.
I
do
have
that
a
with a
corkscrew.
Ooh, I got a new angle here. Coming in through the side. Oh, we are gonna flank this thing.
Corkscrew would definitely break that.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I need quiet.
Like a surgeon.
Quiet at Augusta.
He's on a par 3. 2 strokes in.
Looks like he's gonna use about a 7-iron. Oh, it's in the hole. The llama.
The
The
Dalai
Dalai
Lama.
Lama. Oh, here it comes. Come on, baby. Come on. Yes! Okay, where's the other one?
Right there.
Right by your...
By your.
Ho, let's go outside.
Did you check to make sure you didn't?
Here's the
put
new
a
one of
hole
these
in the other
doodads.
one?
What? Why would
You
I?
checked the
Why would I have
one.
put a hole in it?
Well, I'm just saying, you checked the one, why wouldn't you check number 2?
Because I'm that confident in my
Oh.
abilities.
Okay.
And trying to look good for the camera. It's way too late for that. Let's go.
Yes. Still. Again. I wonder if that went. Oh, cool. It's still on brightness level 5.
Oh, shit.
You just dropped it.
I know. I've had either too much or too little coffee today.
Where'd it go?
I went down yonder.
Well, thanks. Don't know where down yonder is. Right?
Down yonder's down there.
Well, that's why we have another one, right?
I don't want to have to go find the other one.
It's in the packaging.
Got it. Oh, there it is. I saw it. Oh, I'm squishing my junk on your car. Ouch. Hold that, please.
You know.
Ow. And I'm squishing my business. Ow, dang. Okay.
You had to bleep that.
Woo-hoo-hoo. No, dang is okay on YouTube. And so is business. I can say business, business, business. Dang business. Okay, people are going to be like, Casey hasn't seen that intelligent. I don't know why I'm watching this YouTube channel. Unsubscribe. Okay, here we go.
Try not to drop it this time. There is no pressure.
Good luck. We're all counting on you.
My mother-in-law is very entertained right now. This is good. I'm like, okay, here we go. All right, here, down. Okay.
I am here for moral support.
I know, and you're doing a bang-up job. That's not working. Hold on. Okay, now you're gonna have to, right there. Oh, that's how it goes. All right. That's fascinating. There's a little like nylon separator that goes between the two O-rings, and it was just pushed back in the groove. Okay, light girl, hold still.
Excuse you.
Excuse you.
Where's your leg gonna go?
What?
You said light girl.
Yeah, I said light girl. You're being a terrible light girl.
Well, yeah, because I'm not a girl.
Well, you didn't even.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, if you just tried pushing it on.
Shh, hold on one second. That would not work at all.
Really?
Yeah, this is. You actually have to do this stuff pretty precise.
Oh. I would think it would just push the O-ring into the slot.
No, what I'm doing is outside the normal realm of mechanic stuff. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. That one's in. So this is one of those things, you guys, that is not typical normal or normal maintenance, but this is one of those things where when you learn how to actually fix something and it works, you're not just a parts changer, you can get by. And I can promise you all, I never would have been able to have any of the cool cars I've had if I wasn't able to do this sort of thing. That's why if you have a cool car, everybody just assumes you're rich, because normally if you have to fix it, you'd be paying like out your posterior to get it done. But if you know how to actually take care of something and fix things, you can get by. So it's the same with whether you're driving a Viper or an old Ferrari or this Buick. I'm very gently pushing this with the screwdriver. This is one of those things where an old mechanic friend of mine told me, you just got to know how to hold your tongue right. And that means basically like, if you just, like that's already in place. We did it so much easier the second time, because the first time I pushed it in too far and had to pull it back, which is about impossible with something like this. And this time I very carefully got it in position to where I could just work it around gently and pop it right in place. Okay, so let me check this out. That looks good. You want to come out with the camera and see if you can see it in there at all? So the O-rings are now in place down in there, these things. So here's the old one, here's the new one. And this one might have been a slightly different color originally, but you can see from being in lots of heat cycles from this car for nearly 100,000 miles, it's changed color. It's probably more brittle. So we're gonna put this new one on. But this old one I could still use. I was able to get it off carefully. Now the thing that's neat is if you watch this literally goes on. I'm literally just gonna gently push that on, watch. Ta-da! Clips in place. Okay, so here we go. Now this. Okay, John, would you be so kind as to turn your key to the on position? And I'll take your light, I need that, so that the people can see it either leaking or not leaking.
You're not gonna be able to see that leaking.
Okay. Just turn the on position first. It might leak just a tiny bit until it builds pressure, and hopefully it stops if it does. Okay, can you hear the fuel? Okay, turn it off and then back on. No leakage. Off and back on, please. Okay, start it. Okay, now before, if I bumped this, it would leak. Right now I can bump it a little bit, no leakage, no seepage, it's on there firm. All right, you can kill it, it's good. But, so that's fixed. Okay, John, so I just saved you with that $1,051.04, not including tax.
Yeah.
How much did you spend on those things?
It was 25 bucks.
Wiper linkage or parts, windshield wiper transmission, the wiper blade, remove and replace, $1,131 to replace this arm that's probably stripped out. We went to the auto parts store locally. They sell this arm. It'll be here tomorrow morning for how much was it?
25.
$25?
Yeah.
And we just have to pull it off and bolt this back on. So we'll check that out. So, okay, so you're gonna be all into this for, how much did we spend total? Less than 50 bucks?
Yeah.
So, and the oil's not a thing, and we've got some power steering fluid to put in that's got some stop leak moisturizer, whatever for the seals that'll be good. And this thing's not dripping anything at all, it's just seeping a little.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine. So that's all fixed, the other stuff doesn't matter. We'll put some of the stuff of that in and be good. And you got a $25 wiper arm to fix what these jack wagons wanted to charge you a total of over $3,000 for.
Yep.
Okay, so hold this. Yeah, this estimate, not gonna fly. $3,000 I buy old Porsches with to have fun, not rake somebody over the coals for his Buick, right? All right, now what should we do? Something cool?
I don't know.
Is there anything to celebrate?
No.
You got, no?
No.
You buy me a drink?
Well, there's some.
I'm not gonna drink the power steering fluid.
Well, that's all we got.
Okay, I'd ask for brown water from you and you'd probably give me some rusty puddle water. All right, anyway guys, just throwing.
Or wait for Pepper to do her
Wait
business.
Oh, thanks, the dog?
Yeah.
Great, all right, so less than $50 with a crescent wrench for that and a teeny tiny screwdriver for this and a cell phone light, and we fixed your car that they wanted to spend $3 grand on instead of getting screwed over. So just a little lesson to, when you can, invest and have some nice tools. We have the interweb, which will tell you these things and how to fix it. So don't be afraid to try, don't be afraid to look, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If you get a ridiculous bill from a dealership, Mercedes, or something that rhymes with Meineke, then, you know, just don't. Look into it yourself. If you've got somebody that you can ask, is this reasonable? Where can I go? Pay attention, because these places do want to shaft you. That's how they make all their money, and they will scare you. And it doesn't mean that you can't have a good experience with cars, fixing it, and maybe going to a local auto parts store place where those guys are nice and might even on the side recommend somebody or help you get the job done without breaking the bank, right? Yep. All right, in the meantime, I hope you guys got a smile, and share this if you would. And of course, like, comment, and please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.